It is now time for the human side of the story. And to really bring this show full circle, I'm going to talk a little bit about reverence and respecting the game. And, 73 years ago on Tuesday, a lot of fans got probably their first look at what reverence looked like. There is that memorable photo after the 1952 semifinal between the Canadiens and the Bruins, and Rocket Richard had been knocked out in the second period of Game 7, was probably semi-conscious when he scored the game-winning goal late in the third period. And Sugar Jim Henry, the goalie for the Bruins, had a black eye that he had suffered in Game 6 of that series. And the iconic photo of Henry bowing to a bloody Richard seemed to be almost the cornerstone of how opponents can still revere and appreciate the other, even in defeat.
Yeah, and it teaches the generations to follow how you should handle yourself. That no matter what goes on the ice, when the game is over, it's over, and you shake hands and acknowledge the other player on the other side that you had to battle against, sometimes for a couple of weeks.
We've also seen Alexander Ovechkin in a loss calling his Capitals team over before leaving the ice to shake hands with AndreFleury in Minnesota about a week and a half back. You could look at Wayne Gretzky graciously passing the torch to Ovi. And it even extends on to the officials, where the Ottawa Senators this weekend said farewell to Derek Nansen, a linesman after 23 years in the league, and Ghislain Hebert, who refereed 1,004 games over 17 seasons. Both teams staying out on the ice to shake hands with these referees or linesmen for their years of service. And what league does this, where when the competition is over, as you said, the appreciation and respect, it almost shows now that this is somewhat of a subculture that we've seen developing in the NHL, where players and teams make a point to acknowledge greatness or the end of a distinguished career.
Yeah, and I mean, it's now something, as I said, that is passed down from generation to generation, and it's what you do. It's sort of the unwritten rules of what you do to be a class act in the NHL. You do the right thing. And Ovechkin had told his team, win or lose, we're staying on the ice to shake hands with AndreFleury. And when they lost suddenly in that game, the players forgot and started to head off, but Ovi didn't forget, and he waved them all back onto the ice to do what he had said they had to do. And he has been a class act through all this. So we spoke the other day about captains. Ovi is one that grew into being a good captain. He got it very young, but then grew into being a great leader.
You're no stranger to making certain that players, and for that matter, the history of the New York organization, always did things the right way. And you shared a story off camera when we spoke with Craig Laughlin, which I'd like you to share now, about how you approached Wayne Gretzky's final game in 1999.
Yeah, well, there was a few things that we did, and I was proud to say that Wayne told our people, he said, just let Neil decide what we should do during the game. I know he'll do the right thing, which was really a very kind comment. But I said that we should wear our blue uniforms, our blue shirts, our blue jerseys, even though at that time you wore white at home. So we asked Pittsburgh to come in their white jerseys, and we wore the blue jersey so that Wayne could wave goodbye in the real Ranger blue jersey. And that's what I was thinking about. The other thing, we put 99 in the ice behind the net. That was the first time anybody had ever done something like that. And we did that to honor him and where he made a lot of his points from behind the net, his office. And so, you know what? It was just getting it right, trying to be as classy as possible. And we also invited in a lot of people who had been important in Wayne's career other than the people in New York. So that was something that we did to make sure that everybody, all the right people were there.
Thanks for joining us on the NHL Wraparound podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date on all the NHL action.